We often chase familiar pain, not healthy love. Many people unconsciously seek relationships that mirror old wounds, because pain is familiar and familiarity feels safe, even when it's toxic. You might not realize it, but sometimes the love you're searching for isn't love at all. It's familiarity dressed up like a fantasy. It's the echo of your past, not the melody of your future. And here's the powerful truth. We often chase relationships that feel familiar, even if they're painful, because our nervous system has been trained to feel safe in what it already knows, even when what it knows is dysfunction, inconsistency, or abandonment. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to notice this pattern. Let's talk about this, because if we don't, we stay stuck in an emotional loop that keeps replaying the same heartbreak with a different face. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself saying, "Why do I keep attracting the same kind of person?" That's not coincidence, that's unconscious repetition. If chaos felt like love when you were young, then chaos will feel like home when you're grown. If love was withheld or conditional, you may now associate emotional intensity with validation. So, when someone comes along offering calm, healthy love, you feel bored. You mistake peace for a lack of passion. But listen to me clearly, that's not love failing you. That's your inner wounds pulling you toward what's familiar, not what's good. Sometimes we are not falling in love. We are falling into patterns. We're replaying a script we never wrote, but one we've memorized so well we forget it's not who we are. And here's the awakening. You have the power to rewrite it. You have the power to stop chasing someone to prove you're lovable and instead start choosing someone who already sees your worth. You do not have to keep proving yourself to someone who doesn't have the capacity to receive the love you give. You don't have to keep auditioning for a role in someone else's life when you're the lead in your own. This is about reclaiming your awareness, because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Once you name it, I keep choosing people who abandon me because I haven't healed my fear of being left. Then you begin the process of healing. And from that healing comes power. You stop needing external validation and start building internal self-worth. You stop asking, "Why won't they love me?" and start saying, "I deserve better and I won't settle." Do you feel the shift? That's not weakness. That's strength wrapped in truth. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are not unlovable. But if you keep searching for the kind of love that mirrors your pain, you will always find it, and it will always hurt. What if instead you searched for the kind of love that mirrors your healing? That love might feel unfamiliar at first. It might even feel uncomfortable, calm, or quiet, but that's where you need to lean in. Because the right kind of love, real, steady, expansive love, is not chaotic. It doesn't make you question your worth. It confirms it. Let me know if you'd like the next Keynote Expanded F, or want this turned into a short video script F. Real love doesn't complete you. It elevates you. The idea that someone will complete you sets you up for codependency. True love empowers and inspires you to grow into more of who you already are. We grow up bombarded with this idea that love is supposed to complete us. Like we're walking around with a missing puzzle piece in our chest, just waiting for someone else to fill that empty space. But that's not love. That's a dependency trap, dressed up as destiny. You were never meant to be half of anything. You are whole right now as you are. Real love doesn't complete you. It elevates you. It doesn't come in to fix your broken pieces. It shows you how powerful they actually are. I want you to think about this. When you believe someone else holds the key to your happiness, you are handing over the remote control to your own life. You're giving someone else the power to turn your joy on and off. That's not love. That's emotional captivity. And when you do that, you start shrinking. You start molding yourself to be what you think they want, instead of showing up as who you truly are. You dim your light so they feel more comfortable in their shadow. But I'm here to tell you, love doesn't ask you to shrink. Real love says, shine, grow, rise, and I'll rise with you. If someone can't handle your growth, they're not your partner. They're your anchor. And you've got places to go. You weren't put on this earth to be small. You were made to expand, and the kind of love that deserves to stand beside you. That kind of love celebrates your growth, it fuels your dreams, and it challenges you, in the best way, to become even more of yourself. That kind of love holds up a mirror, not to show you what you lack, but to reflect how far you've come. Too many people fall into relationships where they feel needed but not seen. They feel wanted but not understood. And they mistake that sense of being necessary for being loved. Let's get real for a second. Just because someone depends on you doesn't mean they value you. Just because someone wants you around doesn't mean they respect your essence. And just because there's chemistry doesn't mean there's connection. The deepest relationships are not about completing each other. They're about complementing each other's journey. Two whole people walking side by side, not to fill each other's emptiness, but to amplify each other's fullness. That's power, that's love, that's the kind of relationship where your heart can exhale, where you don't feel the pressure to perform, but the freedom to be, where you're not chasing validation, but basking in appreciation. So if you're out there waiting for someone to come complete you, stop. Complete yourself, fall madly, passionately, wildly in love with your own life, build it, beautify it, own every part of your journey. Because the person who's meant to walk into your world isn't coming to rescue you. They're coming to rise with you. And when that happens, it won't feel like a missing piece finally fitting, and it'll feel like wings finally catching wind. Let me know if you'd like the next keynote expanded F, or a visual quote design F based on this message. You can't receive healthy love with an unhealed heart when yourself. Worth is rooted in fear, trauma, or abandonment. You attract what you believe you deserve. Healing internally rewrites the script for external love. You can't pour clean water into a cracked glass and expect it to hold. That's what trying to receive healthy love with an unhealed heart is like. You keep asking, why do people leave? Why do they hurt me? Why can't I find someone who stays? But maybe the real question is, what part of me still believes I deserve this? Because let's be honest, when your heart is still carrying wounds, especially the invisible ones, rejection, betrayal, abandonment, you don't attract what you want *. You attract what you believe you're worthy of *. That's a hard truth, but it's the key to your freedom. So many of us are walking through life guarded, pretending we're fine, convincing ourselves we're ready for love. But deep down, we're terrified. Terrified to trust, terrified to open up, terrified that if someone sees the real us, they'll leave. So what do? We settle, we perform, we give and give and give, hoping someone will love us enough to prove our fears wrong. But here's the problem, love can't thrive in a battlefield. And if your heart is still at war with your past, no amount of love from someone else will bring you peace. You have to bring that peace to yourself first. Healing isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest. It's about saying, yes, I've been hurt. Yes, I carry scars, but I'm not going to bleed all over people who didn't cut me. It's about recognizing the patterns you keep repeating and having the courage to stop them. You are not weak for needing healing. You are not broken for feeling pain. You are human, and humans hurt, but you are also powerful. You are also capable. You are also responsible for the energy you allow in your life. You can't expect to recognize healthy love if your definition of love is rooted in survival. If all you've ever known is fighting for affection, begging for attention, or walking on eggshells to avoid being abandoned, then someone who actually respects you, sees you, and honors you might feel off. You might say, why is this so calm? Why don't I feel those butterflies? But let me tell you something. Sometimes those butterflies are anxiety dressed up like excitement. Sometimes your trauma will trick you into craving chaos. You have to heal enough to know the difference. And that healing, it starts with you, not with a new partner, not with a rebound, not with scrolling through dating apps hoping the next swipe will fix everything. It starts with you sitting with your heart and saying, you're safe now. You don't have to beg, you don't have to chase, you don't have to settle. You start rebuilding your relationship with yourself. You learn to validate your own worth. You treat yourself with the kind of kindness you've been giving everyone else. And when you do that, something incredible happens. You become a magnet for love that's aligned, not love that's desperate. Let me know if you'd like the next keynote expanded F, or want this rewritten as a spoken word script F. Chasing chemistry over compatibility leads to chaos. We confuse butterflies with alignment. Chemistry without shared values, vision, and emotional maturity is often a setup for heartbreak. Let's get really honest here. How many times have you been drawn to someone just because they gave you butterflies? That spark, that rush, that electric feeling that makes your heart race and your logic disappear. And you told yourself, this has to be love. But then, what happened? Chaos, drama, uncertainty, anxiety. Sound familiar? That's because you were chasing chemistry, not compatibility. And here's the truth that will change your entire love life. Chemistry is not a sign of alignment. It's often a signal of unresolved trauma. I know that's not what you've been taught. I know every movie, every song, every fantasy tells you to follow that fire. But fire can burn if you don't know how to handle it. You feel that heat, and you think it means something. You say, but we just click asterisk. And maybe you do, but clicks can happen with doors that lead to nowhere, or worse, with doors you should have closed years ago. The butterflies, sometimes they're your nervous system remembering an old wound. That instant attraction, sometimes it's your pain recognizing itself in another person. It's the familiar dance of dysfunction disguised as destiny. You keep going back, thinking it'll be different this time. But you're not changing partners. You're repeating patterns. Let me be clear. Chemistry is not bad. It's not the enemy. But if you prioritize it above all else, you will end up choosing people who feel exciting over people who are right for you. And that is a recipe for heartbreak. You need more than heat. You need harmony. You need someone whose values align with yours, whose vision supports your growth, whose presence brings you peace, not just passion. Someone who listens, not just charms. Someone who shows up, not just turns you on. And here's what I want you to remember. Calm love isn't boring. It's safe. Stability isn't a lack of emotion. It's the foundation that real connection is built on. When your heart has been addicted to highs and lows, peace can feel uncomfortable, but give it time. Learn to breathe in that stillness. Learn to crave the kind of connection that feels like a sanctuary, not a storm. Stop chasing people who make your heart race and start noticing the ones who make your soul rest. Stop saying, I just have a type, when your type keeps wounding you. That's not a type, that's a trauma bond. And you can break it. You can choose differently. You can choose wisely. You can say, I want love that builds, not burns. Love that speaks truth, not plays games. Love that shows up, not just sparks up. This is the new standard. This is the shift. You are not here to chase chaos. You are here to claim clarity. You are not here to be pulled into emotional roller coasters. You are here to rise in love, not fall in it. Let me know if you'd like the next keynote expanded F, or want this adapted into a podcast script F. Love isn't a fix. It's a mirror. Love will reflect exactly where you're strong and where you're still growing. The wrong kind of love will exploit wounds. The right kind will gently help you face them. Love is not a fantasy fix. It is not a pill that erases your pain, nor a person who makes everything okay forever. Love, real love, is a mirror, and it will show you exactly where you shine asterisk and asterisk, where you're still bleeding. And that's why some people run from it. That's why some people sabotage it, because love doesn't just feel good. It exposes, it brings your shadows to light. It says, you say you're ready for connection, then let me show you the parts of yourself that still don't believe you deserve it. In that moment, that's where the real work begins. You want someone to see you, then you have to be willing to see yourself. Because when love walks in, it doesn't just admire the parts of you you've polished for the world to see. It touches the ones you've tried to hide. It will poke at your insecurities, it will test your trust, It will awaken old fears, and you'll be tempted to pull away, to build walls, to say, maybe this is too much. But hold on, that discomfort is not a sign you're unsafe. It's a sign you're being invited to heal. Most people want love to make them feel better about who they are, but real love asks you to be better. Not in a way that pressures you, but in a way that invites you higher. It says, I see your pain, but I also see your potential. Are you willing to rise? But if you're still walking around with wounds you've never acknowledged, you might reject love just to avoid having those wounds touched. You'll confuse love's mirror with attack. You'll say, they're judging me, when really, they're reflecting your own judgment back at you. That's why the wrong kind of love feels like destruction. It plays on your unhealed parts and manipulates them. It weaponizes your vulnerability, but the right kind of love, oh, it's different. It holds you accountable with kindness. It challenges your growth with gentleness. It sees through your walls and says, I'm still here. That kind of love doesn't fix you. It walks beside you while you fix yourself. So if you're asking, why does love hurt? Ask instead, what is love trying to teach me right now? Maybe it's teaching you to stop abandoning yourself every time someone else walks away. Maybe it's showing you the fears you've buried. Maybe it's bringing up the exact things you need to finally confront. That's not cruelty. That's clarity. That's not punishment. That's purpose. Don't run from love when it reflects your brokenness. Thank it. Because without that reflection, how would you ever truly know what still needs healing? How would you know what version of yourself you're bringing to the table? Not the one who smiles through pain, but the one who knows how to hold herself when the pain comes. That's the version love is asking to meet. That's the version who doesn't beg to be chosen. Because she already chose herself, let me know if you'd like the next keynote expanded F, or help turning this into a YouTube voiceover script F. The right kind of love feels like freedom, not fear. If love makes you shrink, silence yourself, or doubt your worth, it's not love, it's survival. Real love feels like peace, not performance. Love that's real doesn't make you feel small. It doesn't silence your voice, make you question your worth, or force you to dim your light just to keep the peace. Real love is not supposed to feel like a war inside your chest. It's supposed to feel like home. But if love has always meant walking on eggshells, constantly proving your value, or sacrificing who you are just to be accepted, then you've never really experienced love. You've experienced emotional survival. And there's a huge difference. If you have to shrink to fit, it's not love, it's control. If you have to beg to be seen, it's not love, it's manipulation. And if you feel more anxious than at ease, more lost than found, then no matter how many times you tell yourself, but I love them. The truth is, it's not love if it costs you yourself. You were not born to be anyone's emotional punching bag. You were not created to constantly question your place in someone's life. Love isn't supposed to make you feel like you're standing on the edge of a cliff, hoping someone will catch you. You want to know what real love feels like. It feels like exhale. It feels like someone saying, I see you, all of you, and I'm still here. It doesn't ask you to prove your worth. It reminds you of it. You feel like you can take up space, speak your truth, stand in your full identity without fear of being too much or not enough. That kind of love creates room for you. It doesn't crowd you, it doesn't corner you, it doesn't confuse you. And if you've never experienced it before, it might feel strange at first, because you're used to fighting to be chosen. You're used to drama, emotional games, uncertainty, but that's not passion, that's dysfunction. And I need you to stop confusing the two. The right kind of love feels like freedom, and I don't mean freedom to run. I mean freedom to be, freedom to express, freedom to grow, freedom to cry and not be called weak, freedom to fail and not be abandoned, freedom to evolve and not be resented for it. And yes, love will challenge you. Yes, it will stretch you, but never in a way that compromises your integrity or your peace or your power. Real love says, I want to walk with you, not pull you in my direction. Real love is partnership, not possession. So if you're clinging to something that makes you feel less, let go. If you're calling it love, but it feels like fear, call it what it really is. attachment, codependency, trauma bonding. Whatever it is, it's not love. You don't need to earn love. You don't need to perform for it. The love that's meant for you won't make you jump through hoops just to be chosen. It will recognize you, respect you, and rise with you. Let me know if you'd like this turned into a short film narration F or a social media carousel post F.